most of the children are born accidentally because parents are not really in love with each other. We don't have that kind of environment and milieu where love can grow. So the whole environment is such that you become insensitive, you become cunning, clever, cruel. All around you see those things. So then you may be born uncorrupted, but you are destroyed very early. So when children are not born out of love, out of tremendous love between the couple, between the two parents, then for them love is not their language. If you are not born out of love, then it will be very difficult for you to be loving. It will be very difficult for you to trust anyone. Only when you have trusted your parents, you will be able to trust naturally. So, because everywhere from the very beginning, our left brain is strengthened and our heart remains starving. We don't get any nourishment for the heart. There is no environment anywhere where love can nourish, where love can flourish, where love can grow. So slowly we become dry, we become doubting Thomases. We have only suspicion and doubt. So for a modern person, modern man or woman, love is becoming more and more difficult. So when you cannot love your parent, it will be difficult for you to love and trust your master also. Otherwise, if you had loved your parents or your parent had loved you, then you would have trusted them naturally. Then to trust a master, to love a master will be easy. So our very beginning is wrong and poisonous. And though it is said, maybe because parents in past, most of them were comparatively better, far better maybe. So everywhere this song is sung that parents are representative of God on the earth. The love of parent is selfless, but it is not true for most of the parents, because they are themselves sick, they are themselves not contented, not happy, not blissful. So how can they transfer those things to their children? If you are a cruel person, an ugly person, an insensitive person, just by becoming a father, how can you become a very loving father? If you are a very evilish kind of woman, very devilish kind of woman, just by becoming a mother, you won't be transformed into from being a frog into a queen. So because there is no scientific way to bring up children, so the kind of children which are born these days have no quality of the heart. And if you have no heart, then you can be very successful, you can be a very efficient computer, but you will be a demon. So for a modern person, if one wants to be loving and meditative, meditation is the way. First you have to watch your mind. As you go on watching your mind, the stranglehold of mind, the conditioning of mind and its program becomes loose, start becoming loose. They are no longer controlling you. As you become more conscious, more aware, your thoughts, your emotions, your feeling won't be able to control you so much. And because the whole education is geared toward just teaching us how to get livelihood, how to be successful in the world, how to have more money, more power. They are not teaching you art of living. They are not teaching you how to live totally, how to have a very significant, meaningful life, how to enjoy life, how to be ecstatic, how to be blissful. So you are not even able to become a Zorba ever. Your life remains so incomplete that you never reach to the end of road. You never reach to any point where you have enough of this material world, you have enough of seeking for matter and money and power. So if these desires remains unfulfilled, then there will be no clarity for anything beyond it. So at the same time you are searching for everything. A modern person, modern man is a bundle of confusion. He is not clear what he wants. He has not completed anything. He is at the same time running for money, power, ambition, prestige, and he wants spirituality and meditation also. So when he is going towards spirituality, he is not total in that. The way you are conditioned and programmed, your idols are more film stars. They can be anyone, but they are all successful in the outside world. You have not become matured enough to appreciate a person who is just relaxed in himself, who is more conscious, who is deprogrammed, who is very aware and meditative. Because this is not taught by the society, not taught by the Western world, Western education. So everyone is neither of this world nor of that world. There is utter confusion. What was happening in ancient India was very it would naturally take you to more and more significant life, because first 25 years were devoted to preserve, to conserve energy, to enter inside. You were living in the ashram with the master. In that ashram, that was the first ashram, was called Brahmacharya ashram. So you were just preserving energy, and if you have more and more energy, as I think William Blake has said, energy is delight. If you have more energy, your life will become blissful and delightful. So 25 years you were kept in such a state that you will not become serious. You will not become very mental. If your whole energy is going in the mind, in the left brain, then you will become sexual, you will become insensitive. So in those 25 years, they were not taught much with the books. They were taught in real life condition. They were learning from nature. They were serving the master without any desire for any fruit. They were not even seeking enlightenment. If it happened naturally, it happened, but they were not calculating, they were not mathematical about it, that they were not goal oriented. So when you are not goal oriented, when you are relaxed, when you are not ambitious, when you are not running for anything, and you are just like a graceful river, slowly moving, then you become more receptive. Then things start revealing to you. But when you are all the time feverish, all the time ambitious, all the time thinking I am not progressing, I am not growing, this kind of mind is the hindrance. So if you are closer to nature, you are closer to God. Nature is God manifest. But everyone now is confined in his room, on his computer, in the concrete building. So you become like concrete building, dead, serious, insensitive. After 25 years, they were sent to live in the world. But in that 25 years, they became a witness. They had something within them which could not become corrupted. They can indulge in the world, still they will remain out of it. So that the next 25 years was called Grihasthashram. So they were not being forcefully taken away from the world. They were not made sannyasin forcefully. Slowly they were maturing. Now in this 25 years you have to experience the world, but you had that meditativeness, you have that consciousness that will not drown you in the world, that will save you from being corrupted. You can indulge in anything, but still you will remain an outsider, you will remain a watcher on the hill. So after that 25 years, now you have enough of the world. You have given birth to children, now they are when you are 50, now they will be coming back from the ashram. They will be entering into Grihastha ashram, the ashram for the householder. Now it is time for you to stop indulging in sex and all those things. It is childish for you now, because your children will be doing the same thing. So now you will be living in the house, but you will remain aloof. You will be facing the forest. That is the meaning of Vanprasth. You are in the house, but you are facing the forest. Now you will no longer give any advice to your children if they have not asked for it. Only when they need you, when they have asked you, then you will guide them. Otherwise you will remain silent. You will be contemplative. You will be meditative. You will go more and more in now. And after 75 years, if you remain alive, then you are the right person to teach in the ashram, because you are the most experienced person. You have known all the seasons. You know everything of the world. You are now a man of wisdom. So whatever you will share with the disciples, with the students, that will be based on your experience, not on books. And for those people who were exceptional, they can renounce the world any time. If they are matured enough, if they are ripe, if they are like a ripe mango, they can fall any time. No one was preventing them. So that was a very scientific and very natural way, where you are not forced for anything. You are becoming matured slowly. You are not in a hurry for anything. Once you have grown, once you have become capable for something, it will happen on its own. Then you will understand what Chuantazu said. Seek and you will not find. Stop seeking and you will find. What Jesus said was for people who were immature and childish. Seek and knock and the door shall be open. Seek and you will find. So in the beginning that is needed, but later on that has to be dropped. If you go on seeking, if you are so much obsessed about seeking, then you will miss. You cannot be in the here now. You cannot be present in the moment. So one day seeking has to drop also. When you are utterly relaxed, then you are open, then you are receptive. But why we are not respectful? Because we don't know what we are seeking. We are not clear. The clarity is not there. Who should be respected? If you are in search of the self, if you are seeking Atma Gyan, self-knowledge, then you will respect those people who have self-knowledge. But your search is in many directions. You are multipolar. You have many minds. You want so many things at the same time. And because you have not got love from your parents, so you cannot trust your parents. Then you cannot trust anyone else also. If you were growing naturally, if you had experienced everything, then that would have been the next step. That is what is said in Upanishad. Only those who have indulged, only they can renounce. And in the other way also it can be translated. Only those who have renounced, they can indulge. Because now you are indulging in yourself. In Sanskrit there is a word, Atmrati. He's having an inner orgasm. His sex is not with the other person, but his whole sexual energy has transformed into consciousness, into love. So he don't need other person. So you are having sex inside. It is an inner sex. The orgasm is internal. But it can happen only to those who have lived the outside life with alertness, who were awake while enjoying things. And slowly you will understand that the joy, the bliss, happiness, the source of everything is within you. Other may be just a trigger point. They may have triggered it, but everything happens within you. But the thing is that when we don't get love from our parents, then we develop a disease. Then we want somehow to gain their attention. So then we will do things which are mads, psychotic, neurotic. We all the time we are seeking attention from others because they have not given us attention. So we are starved for that attention. And maybe the way you have done you developed an unconscious habit to seek attention. So maybe in the beginning everything started in you like that you started projecting that someone is doing black magic on you, and that kind of person will have a very tense life. So, that kind of person will do everything unnatural. So maybe that is how you start listening to voices within and all kind of thing. That is how you will gain their attention. So maybe all these things started because we were not getting attention. So we had to do something to gain attention. So once you start all those things, then you are going on the wrong way. Then you will go more and more further on the wrong way. Your lifestyle will be such. The kind of life you will be living will make you mentally sick also. Because that's how you will get attention from others. Most of the people are attention addict. They want to get attention from others. They suffer from mania also. They are all the time. The center of their life is ego. That kind of person cannot surrender. That kind of person cannot be receptive. Cannot be very respectful to the master. Because his or her master is the ego. Because we are taught only ego. Ego is very much praised by the Western psychologists. In the beginning it is needed, but later on it becomes the obstacle. It is our hell. Ego is the very hell. And the whole West is not teaching you anything beyond body. If you are too much identified with the body, you are all the time trying to make the body look very glittering, very healthy. You are all the time obsessed with the body. Then you cannot search for anything beyond it wholeheartedly, because all the time you are only concerned about the body. That may be the reason all the time after some time you have this tendency that you start feeling that you are someone is doing black magic on you. This may be just an old habit. If you are not getting enough attention, then maybe you want even your master all the time that he should give you attention. But if you just go on seeking attention, then you will always remain immature. It is time now that you start giving attention to others. First you develop this attentiveness within you, and then share this attention. That will be more fulfilling, instead of all the time falling back to your hell, returning back to your hell. And these are also just excuses that whenever I come back to my old house, then there is problem. But these problems were happening in your condominium also. All those things about Thai girl and so many times you had that kind of thing, that someone is doing black magic, or you went to cremation ground and this happened, that happened. So these are just excuses. If your space inside is alright, you will be alright anywhere. If you have to depend so much on the outside house, then this dependence is your chain, is your prison, is your misery. Maturity only happens when you start dropping your dependence on the outside. Less dependent you are on the outside. If you are alright, if your inside is alright, you will be alright anywhere. You don't need incense and any insane woman to supply you incense. These are all excuses. When our inside is in turmoil, is not in tune, then we start running outside. If you are becoming little mature, then you should be very alert whenever you are falling down, whenever you are finding excuses that it is because of the other, it is because of the outside world you are suffering, or you are in a bad state. Outside world you cannot change, and this is maturity. That don't try to change those things which is not in your hand. Change yourself. Then your heaven and hell is within your control. You are the creator of your heaven, or you are the creator of your hell. Is everything clear? So whether it is Bhupendra or you or Prince, people are not so matured enough that they have enough of this world. They have lived this world. Now they are only in search of truth. When you are only in search of truth, you will be naturally respectful to a man of truth. That is the only person you will respect. That is the only person you will love, because you want to be like that person. But because we are scattered, we have so many desires within us. We are searching for so many diametrically opposite things. That's why we are always confused. Is it clear?
Yes, very clear, Swami. Wonderful, Swami.